Today we have an exclusive interview with Matei, who is a member of 300 agencies, but also managed to scale his agency from $0 to $60,000 a month in under 3 months. And so not only was I able to get Matei on an interview, but I got him to reveal his exact ads, funnels, go high level automations, and even his sales calls to show us basically how he was able to book such an obscene amount of meetings in such a short period of time. So if there's any video about client acquisition that you shouldn't miss, I think this is the one.
So jumping straight into things, as you can see, we've had the Stripe account for quite some time. And then we launched in January with a test payment. Everything was fully launched in February, made 31,687 in February, jumped up to 38K in March, and then we almost doubled that in April at $64,454 with a total gross volume in our first 3 months of $134,000. Now, this was my first time ever doing an online business or an online marketing agency, so I'll walk you through specifically what I was able to do that maybe was a bit different and why we were able to have these kind of results. So when it comes to generating appointments, I love Facebook ads. I had some money to invest in Facebook ads, so this is what we've done. So as you can see, within the first 3 months total, we've spent $23,000. We've generated 187 booked appointments. That number is actually a bit higher. Facebook ads doesn't have the best reporting, but that is one of the main reasons we were able to jump so high in revenue and do over $130,000 in total revenue, was because we spent a good amount and we had a great strategy to actually generate appointments. As you can see, at about $123 per booked appointment. So we were literally printing money at this point. Now, specifically when it comes to Facebook ads, there's a naming convention that I like to follow that I highly recommend you guys follow, as well as some strategies here. So if you take a peek on the side, you can see we have our naming convention, which is 1001, 1002, 1003. And then beside the number, we start adding letters. Now, these letters represent the hook, which is the first 3 to 7 seconds of the video. And we give each video with its own hook, its own ad set. That way we can test side by side. And you can see right here, if we look at 1003, B was decent, 93 bucks a lead. G was 78 bucks a lead. If we also look at our appointment scheduling, you can just start to see what messaging resonates with your audience, what's working. That way you can then take it and then use that type of messaging and try to build off of it and make it even better. So to nail the head home again, 1001, if you take a peek here, is the body. So that's about 20 to 40 seconds in the actual video ad. And then you are testing multiple different hook variations, publishing each one within its own ad set, and then giving it its own budget. That way you can test them side by side and again, see what's resonating with your audience. Now, once you find a winning hook, you're then going to come back into your script. And this is how I like to script my video ads. So whenever we create a hook, I try to say the same thing in these following frameworks. And these are proven frameworks for hooks, by the way. So you're either going to try to say it in a question, a statement, a statistic, a solution as a story, or some way try to elicit an emotional response. So over time, as you continue to do this, you're going to figure out what's working in your market, in your industry, in your niche. You're going to take that, you're going to make it even better, use tools like ChatGPT, and then again, take those ideas and then try to frame them as these 7 points here, these 6 points here, and then continue to build your ads. So this is going to allow you to test new hooks and just continue to drive new creative. Now, as a shout out, Thomas, I want to give you guys the most value on his channel and a big appreciation for him having me on. So here is a video that I created. Honestly, the exact same frameworks, the exact same language that I used in my winning ad. It's just for a different niche. I'm not trying to reveal my niche and get everyone to rip me off. So check it out.
Are you a dentist looking to sell an extra 20 to 30K per month in Invisalign sales? Now listen, I know you might be thinking, who is this kid and what the does he know about dentistry? Keep things short. I've actually been in the dentist space for the last 5 years, building out a client acquisition system specifically for Invisalign to sell new Invisalign patients on demand. This is actually the exact system that John here used to sell an extra $46,500 in his first 8 weeks of using this system. So if you're looking to scale your Invisalign sales, then I literally have the solution for you here. And what I want you to do is go ahead, hit that button down below and actually check if your market is still available.
So once that ad finishes, we then send them to a lead form on Facebook where we take their name, email, phone number, and then we also have a qualifying question on the front end. At the last screen, we don't send them back to Facebook or our website. We say, wait, you're not done. Click the link below too. And then we use some sort of call to action, see if your market's available, learn exactly how this offer works, get a free bonus, some sort of enticing call to action to get them to click off of Facebook and go to the next step, which then drops them to a funnel. So I've tested many different variables on this funnel, and this is the exact funnel that converts very, very well for us. Anywhere from 30 to 55% conversions, depending on the creative. So right at the beginning, you're going to call out your target audience, state your offer, state your risk reversal. We have a full refund if we can't actually get them more results. Again, yes, you'll get this in writing. We then get them to schedule their free call, another call to action, and we give them a little bonus. This little bonus here has done fantastic in terms of increasing the overall conversion rate as well. And then I like the little rocking arrows showing them down to that call. We then have some results and some case studies and some testimonials, as well as some FAQs. And then again, at the bottom, what are you waiting for? Schedule your free strategy call, where if you don't get more sales, you simply don't pay. So that's the overall funnel structure. From there, we then send them to a landing page, where on that page, we then have a video. A lot of people ask me, why don't you just do a VSL? I've tested a VSL versus this funnel specifically. This one absolutely crushes compared to a VSL. If you're just starting, you're obviously going to prioritize volume of bookings rather than people going through the extra button. So I can see at a certain point we might switch to the actual VSL, but right now we're still focused on overall volume, and this is really working for us. So with that strategy, we then send them to a thank you page where it says we will be texting you to confirm this appointment. And then we also have a video there as well, quick 3-minute video watching what we do, what it is you're going to see on this call, and then just explaining our offer some more. However, book, we then build out some AI automations where we follow up with them. And this you can see is an exact copy where we reach out, we'll say, hey, is this Jeff? They'll say yes. We then introduce ourselves as the bot, and then we give them again our guarantee and then we give them again our offer, where we then say, can I send you some availability? They'll say, please. The bot will then go back and forth, opening different dates. And then it'll indeed book that slot. We then send them a confirmation where they can then respond. If they don't, however, respond to this confirmation, we'll continue to hit them up until a certain point where if they haven't responded at all, then we'll just cancel the meeting because we don't need that person on our calendar. So now that the actual appointment is booked, let's jump real quick into sales and just go over this table of contents on our sales script here. So before the call, always record it. You always want to record your calls. That way you can go back and review the calls, get extra insights, see what's working, see what's not working over a long enough time horizon. It's also good to build up training. Eventually, you're going to hire a sales team. And then we jump into a report, setting the frame and intentions, where honestly, you're just talking to them very quickly. You're setting the frame that, hey, on this call specifically, my goal is to figure out more about your business, see what your guys' KPIs are at, see if I can identify any bottlenecks. Again, because we have many different services and many different offerings that we can provide. And my goal is not to just come and try to slam something down your throat. Rather, I want to provide you with real value. So if it's cool with you, we can jump into it. I have some questions. It'll help me get a better understanding, and then we can actually tailor something specifically to your needs. Does that sound good? Yeah, absolutely. Cool. And again, just to be clear, my goal personally is not to trap you in a corner at all. I'm both extremely super honest and open, so I invite you to ask me as many questions as you want, and then just be open and honest with me as well. Can I count on you for that? So again, you're setting the intentions that you are not there to try to pitch them and sell them. You want to talk about their business. And then you are also setting the intention that it's going to be an open and honest conversation. From there, you then move on to the qualification, where you ask your key qualification questions. Are you the business owner? How are you guys generating leads? What's your gross volume in terms of sales? Where are you guys trying to go? Is that worse compared to last year? You guys increased compared to last year? Just trying to get a real good understanding and draw out pain that they're currently at. I always love to ask as well, why specifically did you book this call with me here today? Sometimes you're going to get people that are very honest at the beginning, and they're going to tell you exactly what's hurting. And then other times you're going to get people that are full of shit and protecting their ego. And they're going to say, well, I just wanted to see what did you guys offer, which you then say, well, I'm assuming you probably don't hop on calls with everybody to see what they're offering. So again, with all due respect, I want to make sure that I can serve you the best on this call. So what specifically was the reason that actually pushed you to book this call? So again, you're going to go through that qualification, the clarification, and dig deep, start hammering out points, figure out why they're on this call, figure out how many leads are generating, sales appointments, or whatever type of sales volume they're doing, and then try to identify the problem. Once you've identified the problem, you then label them with that problem. I always like to add an opportunity cost there as well. You have this problem and you have this opportunity with your current infrastructure. And if you don't figure out a way to get there, then you will not be able to make an extra 20, 30, 50 grand a month, 100 grand a year, whatever that may be. Does that sound about right? That way they are confirming like, yeah, shit, this is a problem and I'm leaving this much money on the table. Yeah, that sounds right. So then you go overview past pain. Have you guys worked with another agency before? Have you done anything in the past? Have you tried it yourself? That way you can get any sort of bullshit objections. If I've tried Facebook ads before, they don't work. You can deal with that now. You can specifically explain why you guys are different, etc. You then acknowledge the fit and again, set the frame. Cool, Mr. Prospect. Based off our conversation thus far, me personally, I have no doubts that we can indeed help you alleviate X problem and generate X results. Now, before I go ahead and dive into the specific offer that I think will be perfect for you, can I just take a moment to be honest with you? They're going to say yeah, and then you're going to set the frame again here. You're going to say something along the lines of like, cool. So I just want to mention how our call is going to wrap up here. So obviously I'm going to explain the offer, explain how everything works. And if you see the benefit and the value, me personally, I am going to lay a path forward on what the next steps for us working together would look like. Then he said at the end of the call, honestly, I'll simply be looking for a yeah, Matt, I think this makes sense. Let's do it. Or a no, sounds like a terrible idea. Jump off a bridge in terms of us working together. So can I count on you for a simple yes or no today, Mr. Prospect? They're then going to either say yes, or they're going to give you some resistance. If they give you resistance, again, nail that home now. You don't want to nail that at the end where they're just going to say, oh, email it to me and I'll check it out later. And then you hop off like a little cuck. You want to address that now and set the frame that you are going for the close. And we're going to say yes or no. If they say yes, and be like, perfect. And again, just to clarify, if everything sounds good and it would be a logical choice for your business, would there be any reason that we wouldn't be able to move forward today? I leave a pause and then I emphasize today. Maybe they got into a car crash, maybe their car's broken, maybe their credit card got stolen, something. If there's any bullshit, they're going to tell it to you now, and then you can at least address it there. If they say no, then perfect. They've opened a clear path to give you a yes or no. And if it's a yes, let's get started today at the end of the call. Once you do that, we then go into the pitch where we're selling the vacation, as Alex Hormozi loves to say. Now, I like the simple FBT, which is a feature benefit tie down. So the feature would be, we run Facebook ads. You're going to be very, very brief here. You're not going to spend a lot of time. The benefit is then going to be, you're going to get, I don't know, pre-qualified leads in your specific target market. We're also going to put together retargeting campaigns. We're also going to steal your competitors' ads. Whatever type of benefits you can associate with that feature, you're going to list those benefits there. And then you're going to hit a tie down. Now, does that make sense for you? Is that something that you would want for your business? If they say no, then that's perfect. You end the call right there and you don't continue to waste any time. You need for them to verbalize, because if they continue to say yes throughout the entire call, yes, 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 at the end, it's going to be much harder for them to say no. Their head has been going up and down the entire time. I like to do about 3 to 4 features with benefits and tie downs, where we then go into the pitch. And then if they have any sort of objections, we're going to explain away their concerns. Again, that's a nice Hormozi thing. I did not come up with that, where you're just explaining away their concerns. You're being logical. You're trying to just logically explain away their concerns and why it's full of BS, and then get them to a yes or no. Your goal is not to always force people on a yes. As much as we want the yes, the goal at the end of the call is to get a yes or a no, because you are both on that call and you're both going to talk about it like grown adults. And yeah, that's the end of the sales process. So honestly, right there, you guys have just seen A to Z, how I've done this entire thing for my first 3 months and how we were able to grow at the rate that we did.